Good morning, Huskies. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, and here's today's Husky News. Up first, Miss Overfeld with our random act of kindness.
Morning, Huskies. Today you're going to have two parts. One, ask your parent to carry over that task from yesterday. Remember that letter that we wrote? And see about asking your parent to send a letter to maybe a teacher that gave you some extra support during this time. They helped you with something specific or they alleviated some stress for your parent and for you. Number two, call a friend and see about maybe having a movie night where you guys can watch a movie together at the same time. Maybe a friend that might need some support today for your random act of kindness and do it at the same time. You guys could call each other, you could video chat it, and just watch the same movie at the same time. All right, Huskies, have a great day. Try to have as much fun as you can while you're getting all that work done. I'll see you soon.
Up next is Catching Up with the Counselor with Miss
Hey
Mitchell.
Huskies, thanks for tuning in to Catching Up with the Counselor. 8th graders, we have some things to catch up on. You may have noticed under my team counseling page for 8th grade that I issued an assignment. Yes, an assignment from Miss Mitchell from counseling. Get excited. It is about career cruising. Yes, some of you may have done some lessons in career cruising last year, but there's actually 2 full components that need to be done in 8th grade in order to reach 100% on your career cruising profile. This is a Tacoma Public Schools requirement, so I really need you to do it. If you need any help, I'm providing a live session on Thursday from 1 to 2 o'clock. Please click on my announcement on my Teams page the link to join the meeting on Thursday. This is a great opportunity to get you ready for high school, ready for life, and of course, ready to change the world.
All right, Huskies. Up next is Miss Coho with the news.
Hello, Huskies. This is Miss Coho with the news. May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. It is a month to celebrate and remember all the contributions of Asians and Pacific Islanders in the United States. This includes people from the entire continent of Asia and the Pacific Islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. Asian Pacific American Heritage Month has its beginnings in 1978 when Congress passed a resolution to designate the first week of May as Asian Pacific American Heritage Week. In 1992, Congress changed it from a week to the whole month of May. The month of May was chosen for 2 reasons. On May 7, 1843, the first Japanese people immigrated to the United States. Also on May 10, 1869, the Transcontinental Railroad was completed. Chinese immigrants performed the majority of the track laying, often working in dangerous and deadly conditions. The Transcontinental Railroad connected the eastern and western United States with reliable transportation for the first time in our history. A journey that used to take 4 to 6 months could now be completed in 3.5 days. Asians and Pacific Islanders have a long history in the Northwest. They've had to deal with many difficult things. Anytime you move to a new place where people have a different culture and language, it takes a lot of bravery and perseverance. Many immigrants also had to face dangerous working conditions, like the Chinese who worked on the railroad and Filipino cannery workers. There was often discrimination and unfair treatment. In 1882, Congress passed a law called the Chinese Exclusion Act, which made it illegal for Chinese people to immigrate to the United States. After the Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor, President Franklin D. Roosevelt passed Executive Order 9066, which forced people with Japanese ancestry into internment camps, even though many were American citizens. And today, we see an increase in hate crimes against Asian Americans due to the spread of COVID-19. Despite this discrimination, Asians and Pacific Islanders have contributed so much to our society. Some of the first non-Native American people who lived in Washington were Hawaiians working for the Hudson Bay Company. Washington became the state it is today through the contributions of Chinese workers on the Transcontinental Railroad. And Boeing's first aeronautical engineer, Wang Su, was Chinese. Asians and Pacific Islanders have also fought for human rights. During the Japanese incarceration of World War II, Gordon Hirabayashi refused to follow the orders that removed his constitutional rights as an American and spent time in jail for standing up for his convictions. Filipino cannery workers joined together in a union to protect their rights as workers. Leaders like Virgil de Unan, Nemesio Domingo, his brother Silme Domingo, and Jean Biernes fought against unequal working conditions, bribery, and substandard housing for the Filipino workers. Many students at Giorgione have Asian or Pacific Island ancestry. Some of you or your parents have undertaken the courageous challenge of moving to a new country. Thank you for the contributions you and your family are making to the Giorgione community. I'm Ms. Coho for Husky Weekly News.
Up next, words of wisdom with Miss Vanderhorst.
Happy Wednesday, Huskies. This is Miss Vanderhorst with a few words of wisdom. Famous basketball coach John Wooden was the first person to be named to Basketball Hall of Fame as both a player and a coach. He is considered one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history. Now listen to what he has to say about success. Success is peace of mind knowing you did your best. Notice he didn't say that success is an expensive car or designer clothes, and he didn't say success was being number one. He said success is knowing that you did your personal best. So make today and every day a real success by simply doing the best you can. With something to think about, this is Miss Vanderhorst. Make it a great Wednesday or not. The choice is yours.
Huskies are ready for high school, ready for life, and ready to change the world.